Today on an all-new Dr. Phil, her husband has a dream.
I am the wicked King Crimson.
But no job.
He thinks he's evil, and that's what he wants to rap about.
You say, I don't need to work. This is your total bills. Do they not do math in the evil kingdom?
Is he exposing their son
I am a great father.
This is my young Crimson.
to murder rap?
I do not let him watch the shows.
He doesn't watch the shows, he's in the shows. Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
Today's going to be a changing day in your life.
5, 4.
I am not giving up on you. Well, you're going to find this interesting, I think. Melissa says her husband, Nick, was a loving man with a 9-to-5 job when they first met. But shortly after they got married, he started painting his face with scary makeup, dressing like a demonic clown, and composing vile music about killing people. Now, Melissa says Nick now goes by the name King Crimson and believes that he is going to become a famous murder rapper.
I'm the white suit and I'm rolling with the twister. Step my damn ma, leave a ransom for your sister. As I hit the mic and I throw it on the asphalt, body starts to twitch and I'm fiending from the bath salt.
What was that? Melissa says King Crimson has taken over every aspect of Nick's life, and he refuses to get a job, spending all of his time posting scary videos online and decorating their house with monsters for his live broadcast, where he tries to convince people that he is the devil.
I am the king, the only god around of the wicked. Guys, thank you for tuning in. I am King Crimson.
Well, Nick says his wife works, so he sees no reason to get a job because he really needs to focus on his art right now. Melissa says they fight nonstop, and if things do not change, she's going to divorce him.
Nick and I started having problems when this whole murder rap started happening. I thought it was a midlife crisis. Now King Crimson is taking over my life. It has been 4 years and it's sucking me into a black hole.
King is the name and you punks better know it.
When I met Nick, I liked the bad boy image. I saw all of his tattoos and I was immediately attracted to him. Up until after we got married, I felt safe and cared for. Nick worked in construction. He was making really good money and we were financially stable. That's when Nick started putting on clown makeup and listening to wicked rap music like the Insane Clown Posse. Nick stopped having an interest in working. Initially, the problem was the hardcore music he was listening to. Then the issue became him performing and dressing up as a demonic clown. When he started writing all these lyrics, he declared that he was the evil god. He talks about corpses, dead people, and rotting ahead in the freezer. Nick decided to name our son Crimson because of his rap name.
This is my young Crimson. He is the new generation of the wicked.
I didn't even have any say on what we're gonna name our son. It's not a normal relationship. We don't do anything together. All we do is fight about Nick not working, his music, and the way he dresses up. Nick calls me a bitch when he gets upset. He's verbally abusive and calls me stupid. He will snap at any time, and one time he tried to choke me. When I say I'm going to get a divorce, he'll say get one. I'm embarrassed to be around Nick as King Crimson. I want to be known as Nick's wife and a good mother, not as the weird King Crimson's wife.
Okay, you're working
Yes,
and he's not.
correct.
And you say he's abusive with you, and you've not reported this, you've not called the police on him. You say he named your son, you didn't. Why was that okay? Why is any of this okay?
It is not okay.
But a marriage is a partnership. Have you guys discussed this? Have the two of you talked about it?
We have not discussed anything that goes along with our marriage. Mainly, we are arguing over King Crimson.
Does he have a plan, a goal here of what he wants to achieve?
He has explained to me that he wants to be King Crimson. He thinks this murder rap is going to go farther than what it is now.
And why murder rap instead of just rap or country and western or something? Why that particular subject matter?
I believe something came over him. He thinks he's evil, and that's what he wants to rap about.
Does he have any talent?
My opinion, no.
No. He just has a willing spirit.
Correct.
He says that he is the embodiment of evil, that he is the king of all evil and darkness and all of that. Do you think he believes that?
I do.
So this isn't play acting?
No, this is beyond play acting. This is him.
He refuses to get a job and support you and your son. He says, why should I do it? You've got the job.
Correct.
Why should he get a job? How do you feel about that?
I feel horrible. I feel in the marriage that we should work as a team, and both of us have jobs, so we have income.
But he says if he gets a job, you just have to pay child care, so why get a
Support,
job?
yeah.
Well, you got to pay somebody to watch the son, and that's a problem. And then he owes child support, right?
Correct.
So he says if I get a job, it doesn't really have any financial impact.
Because the child support will take half of his income if he did work.
He says that he spent $60,000 or $70,000 on creating this persona, this identity. And you say he's gotten that money essentially from you, that he's stolen your credit cards. How do you feel about him taking your credit cards and running up bills on your credit cards?
I feel absolutely horrible. He will not quit. He wants to get his way and his way only.
How does he justify that to you? What?
He says if I don't do it, that I'm a hater and that I don't support his music.
And these things that we're seeing here, these props and all that he's either made or purchased, you paid for all that?
Everything you see on those pictures, I paid for.
He doesn't seem concerned if you want to get a divorce.
No.
So why haven't you?
If things do not change, I'm going to.
Okay. And what are you hoping to gain here?
I am hoping, Dr. Phil, you can help me bring back my husband when I first met him, not King Crimson. I would like Nick back.
Well, maybe he's not all evil. Maybe he's just confused, or I don't know. I mean, let's talk to him. Melissa says that they're struggling to make ends meet, and her husband refuses to get a job because she says he's too busy pursuing a career as a murder rapper. We're going to meet her husband and find out what he has to say about that next. We've heard from her. We'll hear from him.
Being King Crimson and making this music is what completes me and makes me feel whole. Melissa was supportive at first, and now she's against it. I am transforming into King Crimson, the wicked one.
I am King Crimson.
And later,
I am horrified to see these pictures of my grandson. That mask on him is demonic.
I do not let him watch the shows. He does not know what that is, so...
no, he watches the shows, he's in the shows.
At TJ Maxx, you can afford to turn your closet into a place of endless expression with the quality, styles, and prices you love. Max what makes you, you.
This bathroom's so musty.
Damprid's new fast-acting drop-in tab attracts and traps excess moisture, eliminating musty odors. From road trip to are we there yet? So many ways to save. Life ready, wallet happy. That's 365 by Whole Foods Market.
Introducing Weight Watchers Clinic.
Our team of doctors will help you find the right medical weight loss plan, including medications if appropriate, with ongoing support from our nutrition and fitness experts.
The care you deserve from the brand you trust.
My mental health was better, but uncontrollable movements called TD, tardive dyskinesia, started disrupting my day.
TD felt embarrassing. I felt like disconnecting. I asked my doctor about treating my TD and learned about Ingrezza.
Ingrezza is clinically proven for reducing TD. Most people saw results in just 2 weeks. People taking Ingrezza can stay on most mental health meds. Only #1 prescribed Ingrezza has simple dosing for TD. Always 1 pill once daily. Ingrezza can cause depression, suicidal thoughts, or actions in patients with Huntington's disease. Pay close attention to and call your doctor if you become depressed, have sudden changes in mood, behaviors, feelings, or have thoughts of suicide. Don't take Ingrezza if you're allergic to its ingredients. Ingrezza may cause serious side effects including angioedema, potential heart rhythm problems, and abnormal movements. Report fevers, stiff muscles, or problems thinking, as these may be life-threatening. Sleepiness is the most common side effect.
Take control by asking your doctor about Ingrezza.
Smiling first can help someone find the courage to do the same.
Versace Eros. Fragrance for men.
At Macy's, the fragrance destination.
AutoNation will buy your car for top dollar. Get paid on the spot. Visit AutoNation.com.
Summer of Dash Pass. Your door to 5 weeks of deals. DoorDash.
Learn with Pepper. George is Pepper's brother.
We can go together! Yippee! Discover imagination with Tony's.
Here in Asheville, we boldly flow in our own direction. Together we create sparks, friction, energy, drawing you in and calling you back again. You are welcome, always, Asheville.
That's the dude you chose.
That's the dude you chose to be a friend
That's
with.
the dude you had 3 kids with, 4 kids with. As nice guys, we get the short end of the stick.
What?
Love and Marriage Huntsville, all new Saturday, 8/7 Central.
The last time Nick had a job was in 2015. In the meantime, I've had up to 3 jobs at a time to make ends meet. We are struggling financially and behind on a lot of bills.
This is who I am. How is this affecting you?
Our cars are going to be repossessed. I just caught up on our rent and I'm constantly stressed out about it. We have been living paycheck to paycheck for a couple years. I'm never sure if we'll be able to make it again because there's no way that Nick is going to be successful being King Crimson.
Well, Melissa says her husband Nick has not worked in over 2 years, refuses to get a job because he believes he's going to be a famous murder rapper by the name of King Crimson. Now, Nick says it's his calling to sing about killing people and wants Melissa to stop fighting him about it so he can focus on his art.
My whole life, I wanted to become a monster. When I put the paint on, I feel like I'm on top of the world. I am transforming into King Crimson, the wicked one.
I am King Crimson. King Crimson!
Murder rap is very therapeutic to me.
I'm the white truth, and I'm rolling with the twister.
I rap about murder because that is the way I feel inside. I like to scare people. I feel I have power when I do that. I make my own props and face masks.
This is all homemade.
I make them as evil and demonic as possible.
Very scary.
I have spent at least $60,000 to $70,000 building my persona.
This person is beautiful. I would marry myself if I could.
Being King Crimson and making this music is what completes me and makes me feel whole. Melissa, her family, and society look at me like I'm a freak of nature. I had to quit working these because I had issues with my back and foot. Plus, I wanted to focus on developing King Crimson.
Guys, thank you for tuning in.
I could work if I had to, but we're getting by. Our bills are paid, so why do I have to work? Melissa is working. If I had a job, then we would have to pay for daycare. Melissa and I fight about the makeup, the music, the money, and the gore. Melissa was supportive at first, then she started listening to her parents, and now she's against it. She always threatens to divorce me. She told me it was either her or King Crimson. I told her I am always gonna choose King Crimson.
Okay, Nick, how are you?
Very good, Dr. Phil.
I want to be clear on where you are on this. Is this a role that you're play acting, or is this something that you think you're transforming into actually?
Dr. Phil, as soon as I put on my contacts, I become a different person.
Uh-huh. And tell me about that person you become.
I become wicked inside. I feel like I have confidence.
You say that you're the evil one, the wicked one. So I just went to the dictionary to look this up to see what we're talking about. And it's morally wrong or bad, immoral, wicked, harmful, injurious, actual or imputed bad conduct or character. So this is what you aspire to be.
Yes, correct. Dr. Phil, it's not that I want to be purposely bad or immoral. I want to express myself. I do make music, but at the same time, I have fun doing it. And I'm so caught up in it that...
Are you turned on by death?
Yes. I get off on the acting like as I am a wicked artist that sings about murder and killing. But just because I sing about it doesn't mean I am going to murder.
Okay, well, that's what I'm asking you, because if this is just a role you're playing, I might think that's incredibly stupid, but there are a lot of people that think what I do is incredibly stupid. That's okay if that's just an art form to you, but if you're actually delusionally thinking you're some kind of god of evil, I got a problem with you being a father, being exposed to a 3-year-old. I got a whole lot of problems with that. That's why I'm trying to distinguish, is this a role you play or a person you become?
I do this for entertainment purposes. I am a great father. My son is the world to me.
I look at your bills, and this is just this year. Cable TV past due $428 this year. Your energy bills for electricity and all fast due. Your car repossession notice $199. Child support for your prior relationship $21,292. Car payment, October 2017, $715 past due. Student loans, $1,750 past due. So right now, you say you don't need to work, but your total past due bills due right now, $25,152.44. And you say, I don't need to work, she's got a job. Do they not do math in the evil kingdom?
Yes, they do, Dr. Phil. And, in my mind, I keep telling myself, I will get this paid, I will get this paid, but for right now, I really need this prop or this mask, and I'll just borrow it, like the money from Melissa.
He gets your credit cards and he spends the money, and you find out when you get the statement.
Correct.
That's not borrowing.
In my mind, I use the marriage as an excuse. Well, what's hers is mine, and what mine is, and that's where I go wrong. And I know it's bad
to do that.
Yeah, that's the evil part.
Yes.
All right, we're going to meet Melissa's mother, and we're going to find out what she says is the real reason Nick will not get a job. We'll be right back.
When I first met Nick, I didn't know what to think. When I heard his music, I thought it was stupid.
Story of a teen born with a broken dream.
I didn't like it at all.
And later, I think what you do is crap.
I will never give up on my dream.
Earn the right to do it.
When I was 20 years old, I broke into my mother's house and stole about $20,000 in cash and her checkbook. In 2002, I was arrested for home invasion, burglary, and check fraud, and I went to prison. In 2013, I was wrongfully accused of cashing a bad check. I sold something online. A check was sent to me, and I did not know it was fraudulent. I asked my neighbor to cash it because I did not have a bank account. All of a sudden, people started accusing me of stealing from my neighbor. Another time, I enrolled in college and used the student funds to pay for most of my monsters. I never intended to go to classes because it is really important for me to focus on being King Crimson.
Well, Nick says he has spent between $60,000 and $70,000 building his image as a murder rapper. Money his wife Melissa says he stole from her. But Nick says he actually got some of the funds by taking out 3 student loans with no intent to ever go to class. His mother-in-law, Linda, says Nick is never going to make it big, and he just needs to grow up, be a man, and support his family.
Nick and his King Crimson persona have gone on long enough. He needs to stop and get a job.
I am the king.
He thinks it's benign, that it's not really harmful, but it is. I don't think Nick understands how much pressure he puts on Melissa. He's affected his marriage, my daughter, and my grandson.
I am the wicked.
When I first met Nick, I didn't know what to think. I was pretty disappointed when they got married because I didn't think he was a very stable person. When I heard his music, I thought it was stupid.
Story of a teen born with a broken dream.
I didn't like it at all. He refuses to work, and he's trying to get back on disability. When Nick does work, he only works jobs that pay cash because he doesn't want it reported. Nick has so many bills and bad credit. I have paid for their bills more times than I can count. I've purchased diapers and whites for Crimson. I've also bought gas for Melissa so that she can go to work, and food for them so that they can eat. Over the last year, I've given them more money than I ever thought I would. I tell Nick that he has to grow up, be a man, and support his family. He ignores us for the most part. Melissa should leave Nick if he doesn't straighten out. She's already doing everything with my help anyway. Nick doesn't seem to care about the future. He keeps betting on one day that he's gonna be a big rapper. Nick is never gonna make it big, and he is never gonna be cool.
So you don't have a lot of confidence in his art form?
None whatsoever.
You guys had a big blow up when you got here. Hell, we had to move hotels, move you to a different hotel.
I was not happy. At one point, I told him to grow up. And I believe the last thing that I told him, we had been arguing so much, he took off, and I said, go to bed. And I think after that, he just had a meltdown.
The reason we snapped is Melissa and I raised Crimson, but you as a grandmother are trying to tell us how to raise our child. Yes, my son always comes first, and I am a great father, but you guys always use my King Crimson stuff against me.
Well, the most powerful role model in any child's life is the same-sex parent.
I did not know that.
I didn't either.
And
well, I did not know that.
So that would be you.
Yes.
And I'm just curious what you think he's modeling at this point with several things. Murder rap, not working, domestic violence. In fact, I want to talk about some of this stuff. We're going to take a break. When we come back, I want to take a look at what this modeling is beyond the makeup, beyond the King Crimson persona. And we're going to find out why Linda says she's afraid her 3-year-old grandson is becoming an extension of Nick, which would be very natural based on what I've said. We'll be right back.
My son is starting to wear a horror mask.
What are you doing again?
Crimson is the next generation, and he may take this murder rap to the next level.
Closed captioning provided by...
When people see the crazy costumes that Nick dresses up in, they will not allow their children to play with our son, Crimson. My son is starting to wear a horror mask.
What are you doing again?
Nick thinks it's not having an effect on our son. He thinks it's just him being a kid. Nick bought Crimson a Chucky doll. I tried taking it away, but he would cry and try to find it.
I've told Melissa and Nick I don't like the videos and the music that Crimson is listening to. Nick said that Crimson isn't bothered by it. It's almost like he wants Crimson to be an extension of himself.
Crimson is the next generation, and he may take this murder rap to the next level. I named him Crimson because I wanted the name and the music to live on long after I'm gone.
Melissa says her 3-year-old son is constantly exposed to her husband Nick's murder rap, and she's worried because he's starting to mimic his father's behavior. Well, yeah, by wearing demonic masks and playing with evil-looking dolls. But Nick says their son is just having fun, and Melissa needs to stop overreacting.
Like with Crimson playing with the masks and the Chucky doll, I do not let him watch the shows. I mean, he does not know what that is, so...
No, and watch the shows, he's in the shows.
This is my young Crimson. He is the new generation of the wicked when he gets older. Guys, I am the creator of the wicked. I am the wicked. I am King Crimson, so make sure you're following me.
You don't let him watch, hell, he's in it.
Meaning when he is older, I hope he takes over what I am doing as an artist. That's what I had meant. Not like right now.
I never knew this existed. I haven't seen these before. I'm absolutely
When he's
horrified.
18 years old, he could take over his dad's footsteps. That's what I meant. I do this as a career.
It's not a career, Nick. You've never made any money
To
out
you
of
guys,
it.
it is not.
Not.
But
career.
in my head, it is. And you guys always downplay it. You guys will say, oh, that's garbage. But maybe it's garbage to you, but not to regular people. I have so many people that do like King Crimson.
I'm concerned about this because you say that you're pursuing this and it's your dream, but according to news reports, Nick gave a neighbor a fraudulent cashier's check for $2,000. That's fraud, if that took place. He admits he took out 3 student loans totaling $2,459 with no intention, in his own words, to go to school. He used that money for monster parts. He admits he doesn't work because of a bad back and arthritis in his foot, but says, honestly, I could work if I had to. And according to Linda, he only accepts jobs that pay cash because he doesn't want to have to pay $21,292 in back child support. So those seem to all be dishonest.
Yes, they are, Dr. Phil. And I refuse to look at it because in my head, it's something I will eventually take care of.
The police didn't refuse to look at it because on June 23rd of 2008, offense class and description, fraud, bad checks, Nick attempted to cash 2 checks in the amounts of $732.84. Nick says he obviously knew the checks were no good, and loss prevention located 7 other checks which Nick successfully cashed. The total amount of the 7 checks cashed was $3,413.90.
At that time, Dr. Phil, I had a bad drug addiction. This was before I met Melissa, and I was cashing bad checks. I went to prison for that.
How long?
That time, 2 years.
That time? How many times have you been?
I have been to prison twice. Once in 2005 and once in 2008 for violation of parole due to the check.
Yeah, so you went once for the checks and then didn't follow the rules when you got on probation.
Correct.
So you had to go back.
Yes.
For how long?
2 more years.
Because you didn't follow the rules.
Yes. Ever since Crimson was born, I have not been on drugs.
I'm glad to hear that. We're going to take a break, and Nick says at one time the hip-hop duo Insane Clown Posse, who I actually think are very talented, liked his music. Well, we're going to find out what they've had to say about this gentleman when we come back. Closed captioning provided by...
You're tuning in to my Wicked Hour, where I'm gonna feature all the new monsters for you.
Nick thinks he's a huge star and believes that he was sent by spirits to make evil music. After Nick performs at his shows, the venues see what he does and he gets banned.
At one time, the Insane Clown Posse thought my stuff was cool. At the gathering of the Juggalos, I performed after DMX. I think I received a good response from the crowd.
I am the creator of the wicked. I am the wicked.
Nick chasing this career as a rapper is nothing but a pipe dream.
I am the wicked god, King Crimson.
Melissa says her husband Nick is living a pipe dream and he will never make it big as a murder rapper. I think he's the only murder rapper. So she says he better start contributing to the household and paying some bills. He even claims the hip-hop duo Insane Clown Posse thought his music was cool. We'll talk about that in a minute. You asked if you were going to get to say something. What would you like to say? Of course, I want to hear from you.
This is the first time, Nick, that I've seen all this footage of Crimson, and that mask on him is demonic.
But, Linda, he does not watch the movie Texas Chainsaw, so he doesn't know that they're out killing. He just thinks it's a mask.
I am horrified to see these pictures of my grandson.
Now, you mentioned that the Insane Clown Posse, the platinum winning artist, at one time thought your music was really good. Well, professional hip-hop artists Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope of the group Insane Clown Posse have been performing horrorcore rap for 27 years. They have 2 platinum albums and founded the record label Psychopathic Records. Now, Jay and Shaggy are currently on tour, but took some time out today to join us on Polycom, which I really get a kick out of because I've actually been a fan of these guys for a long time. They have a lot to say about King Crimson. So, Jay, Shaggy, welcome.
Thanks. Thank you for having us.
We sent you the video. We sent you the information to put him on your radar. So, what's your reaction to this? Shaggy, tell me what your reaction to this is.
You know, I kind of lost the whole thing with the domestic violence, whole debacle thing he's got going on there. You know what I'm saying? Everything that we preach in our music, which we don't show down people's throat, but it's totally against domestic violence, rape, you know, anything like that. So, you know, in my mind, that right there spoils everything for him.
Yeah.
It's just not even, obviously the guy looks up to us, so it's kind of hard to sit here and bury him. It doesn't take a horrorcore expert or anybody like that to know that this guy's seriously lacking in talent, you know? When he's harming all the people that he loves, all the people around him, it becomes something less of his way of venting. It becomes greed. A real friend will tell you, man, you're embarrassing yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're embarrassing yourself. This sucks, man. You know,
I am living my dream, though. I am living my dream. And I supported Insane Clown Posse since when you guys were only maybe had 100 followers since I was 13. I'm 37. I was going to Kalamazoo Warehouse front row at your guys' shows. I followed you my entire life.
Your dream is definitely important, but not at the cost of all the
I
love.
understand.
Not when it's coming out of your life's hard work, hours spent while you're living your dream. What about her dream? What about her happiness? You know what I mean?
You both have children. Do you have college funds set up for them?
That's the first thing I did when I got paid. I'm proud of that. I can say that's the very first thing I did was buy my son and my daughter's college tuition paid for. Very first thing I did.
My two older sons, they're in the Army. You know what I'm saying? So they're not even following in what I do. You know?
Yeah, so it's not just about you, it's about your family, about the people you love. And that's a big difference here. So, guys, listen, I know you're on tour. I cannot thank you enough for taking time to talk about this. You're what you're saying he needs, somebody objective that'll tell him the truth, and that's what you've done. I really appreciate it, guys. Best of luck to you. Thanks for dropping in on us. All right. Yeah. All right. Nick says his wife, Melissa, told him that he has to choose between her and King Crimson. Well, we're going to find out what Nick's response is to what these guys had to say and this choice, this ultimatum that's been thrown on the table. We'll talk about that after the break. Okay, Nick, you were just hearing from Jay and Shaggy who they're out there. They're giving you honest feedback. What do you think about what they're saying?
I was very disappointed in what I had heard because, they are comparing my music to theirs.
No, they're not.
I know I have a lot of their followers, juggalos, that follow my music and love it.
You don't have a lot of anybody following your music, let alone theirs.
I will never give up on my dream.
Listen, you're not hearing me. Listen, no, seriously, look at me, hear me. I think what you do is crap. But listen to me. No, listen to me. That doesn't matter. You may think the music that I like is crap. That doesn't matter. Right. It doesn't matter. I'm not asking you to give up on your dream.
Okay.
I am absolutely not. I'm not a dream crusher here. I'm telling you two things. Number one, be a responsible father and do not subject this child to exposing him to things that he needs not to be exposed to during the formative years of his life. You need to not be doing that, number one. And number two, if you have a dream that you want to follow, then earn the right to follow it. Don't steal it. Don't be a moocher. Don't be somebody that just grabs on and steals a ride. Earn the right to do it. These people that have dreams, you know what? They work during the day and follow their dreams at night. They work during the week and chase their dreams on weekend. They earn the right to follow their dreams. I'm not asking you to give up on your dream. I tell everybody, if you don't have something in your life that you're passionate about, find something that you're passionate about. The fact that you have something you're passionate about, great. I'm not asking you to not be passionate about it. I'm saying do it maturely, do it responsibly. Pay your bills, get a job, play the game, earn the right to do it. I think it's crap, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that I think that. Some people will like one thing.
Yes.
One man's junk's another man's treasure. It doesn't matter. But you earn the right to do it by being a responsible, contributing member of society. That's what you're saying, right?
I am.
If he had a job, if he was working 40 hours, 50 hours a week, if he was contributing to this family, and then he wanted to go out in the garage and paint himself up to look like a cactus, you wouldn't care?
I would not mind that, as
Tell
long as he
Dr.
was
Phil
working.
what you told me. Crimson, Melissa, and I are the ones that are supporting your family. And I love Crimson so much.
So you are telling me that you buy all the diapers. You may buy him 1 pack of diapers a week.
We're not here talking about diapers, for God's sake.
So you are basically, no, she said she supports. She had said she supports.
She's putting more money in it than you are.
Your son
You are making it sound like I am a bad father. I am the greatest father. You may not approve of some of the masks that he plays with, but I'm not sitting there all day with Crimmy running around doing King Crimson stuff.
Get a job.
Please.
Closed captioning provided by Quit breaking the law, get a job, don't expose your son to stuff that could scare him and all the kids in the neighborhood, which makes him an outcast, and then do whatever the hell you want to do. Get a job, quit breaking the law, and don't expose your son to things that he shouldn't be exposed to.
And grow
That's a
up.
hell of a good start. That's a hell of a good start, don't you think?
Yes.
Don't you think?
Yes. You are not who you think you are.
I did not know the first years of his life revolve around, make him.
But
Critical.
you say you know everything. You're
Critical.
a good parent.
Okay, well,
What
I'm trying to put something out
what?
here that
You tell me I don't.
that we can move on. You're trying to tear him down. I'm trying to give these guys something they can use.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and I realize you've earned the right.
I've had 2 children, Nick. I do know what I'm talking
Listen,
about.
you've earned the right to
Thank you.
to be a little pissed off here. I don't mean that, but
Yes.
I'm saying the only time is now. Where we go from here? And I've said 3 things that I think are important building blocks: get a job, quit breaking the law, and do not expose your child to things that he should not be exposed to. And I'm willing to get you guys some professional help, including a life coach for you that can make a plan where maybe you can actually get some traction doing some things here and get you some help. But I will get you guys somebody that will come up with a plan here for this family to move forward. But it's going to start with you getting a job.
Dr. Phil, no one will hire me due to my tattoos. This is where...
I don't see any tattoos.
Yourself.
I don't
You
see
did
any
it
tattoos.
yourself.
Not right now, you don't.
You don't need to be a lifeguard. I don't see any tattoos.
That was funny.
You can get a job.
That's what makeup's for.
That's exactly
Very
right.
pricey.
Yeah.
You still owe me makeup, by the way.
I want to thank all of my guests today. A special thanks to Jay and Shaggy of the Insane Clown Posse. If you've never heard of them, they're different. You can get information on their current tour at psychopathicrecords.com. You'll see the difference between what they do and what he's doing. You may not like either one, but you will see the difference. We'll see you next time. Okay, Robin, this has been a great audience, so I want you to make them extra happy.
Okay, that I can do. I have something for all of you for the daytime and something for the nighttime. From my Robin McGraw Revelation Collection for the daytime, I have Face It, You Look Amazing. It is a revitalizing serum with 4 unique peptides. It gives you that softened, youthful looking appearance. It naturally hydrates to improve the look of those fine lines and wrinkles that we all get around the face. And for nighttime, VitaBoost, a vitamin-infused serum. While you're sleeping, it's going to be brightening and balancing the appearance of your complexion. It hydrates and is filled with antioxidants, packed with vitamins. So your skin is working on itself all day and night.
All right. Your skin will be so bright, sometimes it just lights up the room. Everybody in the audience is going home with both of those. And you want these at home, go to RobinMcGrawRevelation.com and you can get both of these. We'll see you next time.